Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll be teaching you about Concord in English grammar. Concord simply means agreement. In English grammar, it is subject-verb agreement. That is, a verb must agree with a subject in number. A singular subject will take a singular verb, and a plural subject takes a plural verb. This often works when the subject is in the third person. For example, she writes every day. She is a singular subject. So it takes the verb writes, which is a singular verb. So let's look at another example. They write every day. They is a plural subject, so it takes a plural verb. This is the basic rule of subject verb agreement. We're going to look at now I'm going to be discussing rules about subject-verb agreement. Pause the video to read more on these rules. Rule number 1, two singular subjects connected by and require a plural verb. Rule number, if a subject is connected by or no and they are the same person, then use a plural verb. Rule number 3, if the subject joined by or no are of different persons, the verb should agree with the nearer subject. Rule number 4, when either, neither, each, everyone, or many is used, then you must use a singular verb. Rule number 5, plural form of a noun that has a singular meaning should take a singular verb. Rule number 6, a singular form of a noun with a plural meaning should take a plural verb. Okay, I hope you paused the video to read all the examples. Now, we're going to go in details discussing other various rules that deals with subject-verb agreement in the English language. The first rule is the use of collective nouns in a sentence. First of all, what are collective nouns? A collective noun is a noun that refers to a group of things or a group of people, as the case may be. For instance, you have a family, a class, a pack of cards, a pair of socks, and so on. When we use a collective noun, you can use a singular verb if there is singularity implied in the collective noun. For instance, the family is driving across the country this summer. The family is referred to as a single unit, so it takes a singular verb is. But the next example, the couple eats out once a month. The couple is also referred to as a single unit, and it takes the singular verb eats. That is why you have that verb there. But there are exceptions. For instance, when you use the plural verb is if the members of the group are acting as individuals. You can say the family are each doing a different task. Here, you can say that there is a difference in what the members of the family are doing. So you can take the plural verb are. Another example is that the couple are taking separate cars to work today. You see the couple, they are being referred to as separate individuals in this sentence. So we can introduce the plural verb are. Okay, I hope you are following. So this is the basic rule for collective nouns in the English language. When to use the singular verb and also when to use the plural verb. You should take note of these differences. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is the use of gerund or infinitive in a sentence. Yes, as you have studied in class, a gerund is a noun that is functioning or that is formed from a verb, an ing form of a verb functioning as a noun. An infinitive is to plus the base form of a verb that functions as a noun, an adjective, an adverb, as the case may be. Now, when a gerund, which is an ing form of the verb, is functioning as a noun and is the subject of a sentence, you should use a singular verb. For instance, in an example like swimming is good exercise. Swimming is a gerund and it is the subject of the sentence. So we take the singular verb is. Another example is walking is a good habit. Walking here is a gerund and it takes a singular verb is also. So when you have a gerund, an ing form of a verb functioning as a noun, you should use a singular verb. To dance is a hobby. To dance is an infinitive, a two infinitive. It also takes the singular verb is. Okay, so this is the basic rule for gerunds and infinitives in sentences. Rule number 3, there is an error of proximity in a sentence. When you have two nouns in a sentence, many people are confused. They don't know which noun that should affect the verb. At times, the first noun may be the proper subject, but people are often deceived to determine the verb, the tense of the verb, by the second noun. Now look at this, for instance. The details of the accident are unknown. The main subject is the accident, but the proper subject is the details. And that is what we are interested in this sentence. The details is in the plural form. So it should require a plural verb. The details of the accident are unknown. The next one, the quality of the mangoes was not good. The mangoes is the main subject and is in the plural form. But what we are discussing here is the quality itself and not the mangoes. So the quality, which is in singular, should affect the verb tense. That's why we have was there. So you should take note of your sentences to determine what is being talked about exactly. Okay? Now the next rule is the use of prepositional phrases. When you have a prepositional phrase, you should separate the subjects from the verbs. The prepositional phrase basically does not affect the verb. Look at this example. The perspective of different people varies from time to time. The perspective is the noun that we are looking at here. Of different people is the prepositional phrase. The second sentence, the fear of terrorists and militants has made them flee the city. The fear is what we're looking at. Of terrorists and militants is just the prepositional phrase. So the fear should affect the verb. The fear has made them flee the city, not have. Okay? So the next rule is the rule of the use of here and there in a sentence. Many people, they are not sure. When I use here and there, since it comes before the subject, what verb should I use? A singular subject takes a singular verb and a plural subject takes a plural verb. For instance, there are 4 hurdles to jump. Hurdles is the subject of this sentence and it is plural. So we have a plural verb. There are 4 hurdles to jump. Then you have there is a high hurdle to jump. Hurdle is singular, so it will also affect the verb is. Most times, take time to observe the verb that comes after the there before you determine your verb. Here are the keys. The keys will affect the verb are in that sentence. Okay? So remember that singular subject takes a singular verb and a plural subject takes a plural verb. The next rule is the use of distances, periods of time, sums of money in a sentence. Most times, the singular verb is used when distances is considered as a unit. For instance, you say 3 miles is too far to walk. 3 miles is considered as a unit, so you use the singular verb. 5 years is the maximum sentence for that offense. 5 years is a unit of time, so it takes a singular verb. But it will take a plural verb when you're not considering distances, periods of time, sums of money as a unit. $10 were scattered on the floor. That means probably they were $1 bill and $10 were scattered on the floor, not was, because they were considered as various units. Okay, so that is what we have under that rule. The next one is the use of none for singular and plural verbs. When none is used alone, a singular subject should be used. But if it is used a prepositional phrase beginning with of, then either a singular or a plural verb can be used. Let us see how this works. None with a prepositional phrase. None plus of the plus singular verb. Noun takes a singular verb. None of my stamp collection has lost its value. None of. My stamp collection is singular, so it takes a singular verb, has. The second structure is none of the plus a plural noun will take a plural verb. For instance, you have none of my stamps have lost their value. Stamps is plural, so we take the plural verb have. So take note, when none of is used with a singular noun, it takes a singular verb. Okay? But when none of is used with a plural noun, it takes a plural verb. No men are hungry now. Men is plural, so it takes a plural verb, are, in the sentence. The next rule is the use of each or every in the sentence. When you use each and every, for instance, in a sentence, you should take a singular verb. Every boy and every girl was given a packet of sweets. Every goes with the verb was. It's a singular verb. Every man and every woman is, not are. Every man and every woman is kind in that family. Is a singular verb because of the noun every, the pronoun every. Okay? So when each and every is used, use a singular verb. The next rule, used most, when you use most of, all of, a lot of, some of in a sentence, there are two different uses. If you use it with a countable noun, then use a plural verb. Some of the girls are cute. The girls are countable. But when it's used with an uncountable noun, use a singular verb. Some of the water is yet to be filled in the bottle. When used with a countable noun, use a plural verb. But when it is used an uncountable noun, a noun that cannot be counted, you should use the singular verb. So, I believe you're learning. Go through these rules again. You can pause the video to read the sentences and understand them better. The next rule is the rule of words where suffixes are used. Suffixes like body, thing, one, and so on. You have somebody, everything, something, anyone, no one. When these kind of words are used, it takes a singular verb. For instance, someone has stolen my bag. Someone has, not have, takes a singular verb. Something is better than nothing. Something takes a singular verb, is, and not are. My dear students, I hope you have learned a lot. I'd like you to go back and watch this video again. For now, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you for watching my video. See you